Hey everybody, JT the Soccer Scholar here. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about my rankings here for the Division One Southwest Regional for the girls here. A little different than the Corner Flag podcast, but since there is the rankings throughout the week by coaches, and then on Sunday we have the tournament draw, I decided to join in on the fun and kind of do what I would be ranking everyone if I was a part of this. So this is once again the video for the girls. So looking at your rankings here, 21 through 31, nothing really crazy out of the ordinary here, I don't think. Obviously, some of these schools have had a really tough go. I mean, Hamilton has been in some games, but just haven't quite gotten the results that they've needed here. So I got them slotted there at 23. The Spartans, I think Turpin is a little bit better. Same type of deal with them and Little Miami. Just been a complex ECC, so that's kind of why some of those squads have kind of fallen just a little bit into this 21 through 31 spot. But then if you look at your 11 through 20, obviously Ursuline is a squad that is played a very tough slate being in the GGCL, and obviously I think the Lions have had some decent games out of conference here. Kings has been a team that's been in just about every game. I really feel like at some point in time, maybe some of the score lines don't indicate it, but they've definitely been right there. Harrison, another decent squad. Coleraine, definitely much improved. And the Cardinals are right there in the mix for the GMC too, depending on how these next 2 weeks go for them. I got them slotted there at 17 simply because the Firebirds just edged them out. And Lakota West, I think, is starting to maybe make some noise here down the late stretch of the season. Might be a little too late for the GMC, but we'll see what happens for the tournament here for Coach Bridger Reeder. Mercy McCauley, another team that record's a little lower, but they've also been having some tough goes with the top three in the GGCL. Fairfield, a squad that I think is very good. Steve Thomas has a very good bunch of Indians that can play very well against just about anybody. Sycamore, the record is a little wacky, but they are right there in the mix for the GMC right now. So you got to keep an eye on the Aves and see what they can do. Anderson, a squad that was up there at the top with the ECC, but they've kind of slipped just a little bit, but still a team. I think the Raptors are very good, can be very solid throughout the tournament. And then Lebanon, another very good squad as well. I got them put into the 11th spot there. So that brings us to our top 10. Let's talk about 6 through 10 first. Walnut Hills. The Eagles have been a heck of an improved squad, and they are 8-4-1 in the season. They are kind of right there in the mix with Kings, kind of in the mid-tier, trying to see if they can make some noise throughout the ECC, and they just got edged out by Milford, who's going to be up here on the list in just a moment. But Walnut Hills, definitely a much improved squad. West Claremont, they've come on late too, and that's kind of the situation where really the Wolves were kind of hanging out, just kind of, you weren't really seeing a whole lot of them. And then all of a sudden they got some big results kind of down the stretch here. So that's actually why I've slotted West Claremont here at the 9th spot. St. Ursula, 4-5-2. But mind you, that's been some tough goes with M&D and with Seton, two squads that you're going to see on the next slide here. But St. Ursula, I think, is a very good squad, as they are just about every year. Lakota East, Thunderhawks have been really good. Tom McEwen has this squad playing up at the upper echelons with the GMC at the moment on the line in the final 2 weeks here. And then Oak Hills at the 6th spot. Look, 9-2-1. Coach Kevin Sprawls Highlanders have really started to come on down the stretch of the season, and they're scoring goals left and right. They got 1-2 punch with Sophia Kersey and Presley Pinnenkamp. That defense is starting to really lock in and get more and more accustomed to understanding where they need to be and getting that kind of unity put together. So I think it's going to be a really good stretch here for the Highlanders. Now, 1 through 5, this is how I see it. Seton, I got a chance to see the Saints early on, and they scored 4 goals on Ursuline. This is a team that can score goals. The question will be if they get into a type of match where they can actually really defend and keep that other team out of the back of the net. They've had some wild, like 5-5 ties and 7-3 wins and crazy stuff like that. So I want to see if the Seton Saints can try and keep things a little bit minimal in the scoring end on themselves. Loveland, obviously, Coach Todd Kelly has that team in a good spot every single year. Very sound and very good offset pieces. Coach Andy Schur has the Mason Comets once again vying for a GMC title. And then Coach Jill Helms. I mean, Milford is 10-0-1. That's why they're up at the 2 spot here. The Eagles are on a heck of a run here. But then M&D, look, the Cougars, 1 spot. There's no other question about it. 12-0-0 on the